IRS for your stimulus. If you need to change your address or ask any questions about your stimulus, call 1-800-919-9835. That's 1-800-919-9835. If you have any questions at all, I had somebody was reaching out to me asking about a dependence stimulus that was not on their stimulus. And they were saying that the person, somebody else probably carried them on their tax return, and she did not know it because she did not file a tax return the last couple of years. So she was unable to receive that stimulus for that dependent. So obviously somebody else carried them. So I told her to go on and just give them a call, and hopefully they were able to help her in that area, tell them that she did not receive the stimulus for her dependent, and maybe they are able to put the dependent social in the system and see if a stimulus was sent out for that dependent. And if that's the case, she can probably add them to her tax return. I'm glad I'm talking about this because this is something that I just found out too. Okay. When you get your stimulus and you get it for this year, she's a good example. Okay, she got her stimulus. Her stimulus was for $1,200. She have 2 children. Her stimulus did not include the $500 for each one of those children. It only included the stimulus for her. Okay, once she called the IRS and they say, hey, look like we paid out this stimulus to someone else, they're going to tell her that she can file a tax return in the upcoming year. Hello, Sister Portis. How are you? Good to see you. Hello, Kim. How are you? Hello, Miss Scott. How are you? She can file her tax return for 2020, because we're in 2020 now, but we're filing tax returns for 2019. So the next tax return you're going to file is for 2020. Okay, guys? So when she filed the tax return for 2020, she needs to put those dependents on that tax return. Once she put those dependents on that tax return, what stimulus she did not get when she received her stimulus now, you're going to get it when you file your 2020 tax return. I also had a customer that called into the IRS. Hello, Sister Peoples. Hello, Sister Murphy. Called Sister Barrett. Sister Peoples. And I had somebody to call into the IRS on yesterday too and got some misinformation. Okay. So they told her that since she did not do her, complete her tax return that for 2018 or 19 by May the 5th, she's not going to get a stimulus. I said, that's not right. That don't even sound right. We still in COVID-19. So I knew that wasn't right. So I called myself, guys. You know I was going to call. So I got the right person that really knew what they was talking about. So that's how I found out about the stimulus, how you can get it on your 2020. But anyway, they told her, since you didn't file your tax return since before May the 5th, you won't be getting the stimulus. That is not true. Everybody gets a stimulus. Why would they hold a stimulus now? And you need it, okay? That's common sense. But anyway, that person got misinformation. Hopefully they correct her before a whole lot of people called in. They be giving the wrong information too. So the deal was not if you did not file your tax return by May the 5th. It was if you didn't put your direct deposit information in the system by May the 5th. You're probably not going to get a direct deposit. You're going to get a debit card, the prepaid debit card that they're sending out for the stimulus, okay? That's what you're going to get. You're not going to be able to do a direct deposit, but you still get your stimulus and you'll get it on the card because they're not really sending out any checks. They're sending out the cards. And those are the prepaid cards that the stimulus will be on. And as I mentioned on yesterday, if you have senior citizens and they get this card in the mail, They're going to say, I didn't order nothing, and they might throw it away. So you guys pass this information on and tell all the senior citizens that you know that the IRS is sending out stimulus checks on a prepaid card, and do not throw that card away. And by them being senior citizens, they're going to probably need some help in activating it, or just tell them to take it to the bank. Okay, once they take it to the bank can help them take the money off the card, so they won't have to worry about using that card. Okay, because they probably get a lot of stuff in the mail, guys. They are already leery about what they're getting in the mail, and they haven't been up on the news. They don't realize that they're going to get a prepaid card with their stimulus attached to it. Okay, so pass that information on, and so they will not be throwing away these stimulus, because if they throw that card away, that might be another example of a person that's going to get their stimulus on their 2020 tax return, or with the next stimulus packet that come out. Because I'm sure it's going to be pretty hard to kind of weed through the process of correcting, dealing with a lost card, a stolen card, or a card that you discarded and you didn't know your stimulus was on it. Okay, right about now. So make sure you pass that information on to anybody that usually get a mail, mostly the senior citizens. The younger people probably already know it's going to come on a card, and they pretty well know what to do with it. Okay, guys? So make sure you help your senior citizens out and tell them, hey, you get a card in the mail, don't throw that away. Okay? And then somebody else might have to go over there and help them activate the card and get the money off the card, or just tell them to take it to the bank. I'm sure the bank will help them with it from there. Okay? And then also, so hopefully did I finish telling you about what they're going to do? Okay. Make sure that if for some reason or another you go through this whole situation, through the first stimulus, second stimulus, and you don't get a stimulus, you got to wait until you file your 2020 tax return, and it will be on that tax return. Okay. But make sure you call the number, do all you can to get your information into the IRS so you can get your stimulus now. Okay, but I'm sure they're going to eventually have a deadline. I'm not exactly sure when that deadline is going to be, but when it does cut off for sending out those stimulus, it's just going to be cut off. And I'm sure it's probably going to be the end of the year, probably, because you don't have to do a tax return until the next year. So maybe that'll be the case. I don't know. But anyway, if you don't get it this year, you get it on a tax return for 2020. Okay. And once again, that telephone number to the IRS, if you need to ask questions about your stimulus, if you need to pass it on to somebody, it is 1-800-919-9835. And then make sure you push option 1. It's got a lot of detailed information, just information if you just want to listen to that, or if you want to talk to a person, push option 1 and listen to the information and wait. Person will get on the line after then. Okay. And they're going to say they're just going to ask generic question, ask a specific question that has to be transferred to the IRS, and they'll do that for you. Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions? They still out on recess, guys. So we have to wait. No updated information. I did talk to you about having a second income, diversifying your income. As you see, you need more than one stream of income, guys. This COVID-19 has shown you need more than one type of income. Okay. So decide what you want to do. Do you know that is the best way, like they say, to get some of your money back is to have a home-based business. Okay. Because you have so many deductions that you can use in order to lower your tax liability that you have now, number one, or you might lower your tax liability enough to create a refund for you. Okay. So consider. You don't have to drive Uber. You don't have to leave your house. But whatever you do, make sure you have a home-based business. And a home-based business is having an area set aside for that business where you're going to actually do your business, whether with the computer or whatever. Make sure you have that space cubed off, room by itself, make sure it's the only thing done in that area is your business, and that is a write-off for you guys. Do you think we'll get enough stimulus? Okay, Miss Leah, how are you? Again, I have spoke on the second stimulus, probably the last 3 or 4 lives that I did. So I want you to go back and kind of listen to those lives. But yes, we do look forward to getting another stimulus. Republican and saying yes, but there is in the House, it's in the Senate right now being voted on, but they're out on recess, so they'll be back probably the first of next month, and we'll probably get some definite information, and the bill will be voted on probably in the middle of next month. But as you know, there's still a lot of money in the pipeline, and they are waiting until that money is virtually almost used up in order to actually go on and sign this bill. So, but I know the money in our hands is gone. What y'all say? It's gone, right? So somebody else say, well, they need to just go on and approve the bill for the people. Do that part first, and then discuss all the other stuff later. But I don't know if they're gonna do that. But that's what they really need to do. Yeah, they're gonna wait until probably the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. Okay. As for the telephone number again, is 1-800-919-9835. That's 1-800-919-9835, and that's for the stimulus. If you have questions about the stimulus, you know somebody needs to know the information about their stimulus. If you need to change your address, this is the best time to call and change your address. You could never do it any easier other than filing your tax return and changing your address. But if you want to call in, that's the deal. You want to call them on that. Okay. Anybody have any other questions? Anybody have any other questions? Okay. Let's see. I don't see any questions here. All right, guys. Hello, Miss Cooper. How are you? Don't forget, think about what you want to do for that home-based business, guys. You do want to have a home-based business. That's what you want to do, okay? You have so many deductions, and maybe I'll go over some of those deductions so you have an idea of what you need to do. Okay, I have a question here. Hello from Phyllis. Want to ask you if you didn't receive a stimulus for your child that is 18 year dependent, will you receive a stimulus on the second one? Okay, if the child was 18 on this past stimulus, guys, as you know, anybody that was 16 and below, that as a dependent, the adult that carried that child that was age 16 and below received $500 for that dependent. A child that was 17 and up, or a adult on your return that was 17 and up, did not receive a stimulus. Okay. And yes, in this upcoming bill, they did state that because they knew that they had missed that age group. So yes, on this next round of stimulus, if you're have a dependent on your tax return that is 17 and above, yes, they're saying that you will receive a stimulus for that individual, or that individual will receive their own stimulus. Okay. And they did mention something about it might be retroactive to the first one. Not sure. So, and none of this is etched in stone, guys. This is what's in the suggested bill. Okay. And that's why it's in the Senate right now being negotiated. We know when it came out of the House of Representatives, it was a $3 trillion bill. Y'all know what I feel about that, because they be printing money. They went to the back room, print some more money. They would have had the problem, print some more money. But anyway, they are negotiating this bill, and they trying to, they mentioned they wanted to make at least a $1 trillion bill. Okay. So hopefully they get to that point and make sure that they'll adjust it so it'll be that amount or round about that amount. Let's see. Also, with the debit cards, if you have already deposited your stimulus via direct deposit, will you still receive a debit card? Yes, ma'am, you sure will. Because I know somebody, I actually helped them put their information into the system before, probably 2 weeks before they actually received and it said that they were going to get their stimulus on a certain day after we put the information in there, but then they end up getting a card in the mail. So I'm pretty sure that they're going to be mailing everybody a debit card with the stimulus on it. Okay. So just pass that information on. If anybody have not received their stimulus yet, tell them to look for that debit card in the mail. And if they need an address change, make sure they call that number. Okay, guys? Any other questions? Okay, let's see. Thank you, Sister McKinney. Miss Bridget. Okay. Any other questions? We don't have any other questions. Okay, guys. Once again, I encourage you to do that home-based business, guys. Even if you have an 8 to 5, think about doing something on the side. This is the gig economy. As you know, nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. This COVID-19 let you know that. Some people was blessed to continue to work. And even if they was blessed to continue to work, their hours might have been cut. They're working from home. Some of the businesses are and will be shutting down. Some are already shutting down, laying people off. So nothing is guaranteed. But at least if you have a home-based business, you can kind of control your income on that one. At least you can control your income. If you really don't need to have a home-based business right now, get one anyway. If you don't have $20,000 sitting in the bank in your savings, there's nothing wrong with doing a little extra and saving a little extra money. Okay. And the ultimate thing you want to do is to have 6 months of your utilities and your bills in an account just sitting there. Okay. Or under your mattress, wherever you want to put it, or in a Roth. Put it in a Roth, put it in there, money already taxed, and then you can sit there and let it compound interest. That's how you make money. If you have some extra money, I jumped over into investments. If you have some extra money and you just have it sitting in a savings account, put it in a Roth, okay? Because a Roth has compound interest. And if you don't know about compound interest, I guarantee you every wealthy, rich, millionaire, whoever, well-off, comfortable person is probably going to have a Roth. Why? Because it compounds interest, okay? It compounds interest, okay? And a good book to listen to, they have it on audio. And they have it, if you like just sitting and reading, it's called Unstoppable. No, it ain't. It's not Unstoppable. Unshakable. That's what it is. It's Unshakable. I got it over there. I don't have it over here. It's Unshakable. Okay. This is what we haven't been taught, guys. This is what a lot of people do not even pay any attention to. And they've been doing it for years. That's how the banks, when the banks get your money, this is what they do with it. They put it where they can use it and get compound interest. Insurance companies, have you ever thought about how they can pay out all of them claims when we have disasters or something? It's because they give people money and they put it in compound interest. I want you guys to take a look at that. Look at that. Just it's not going to take anything from you to take some time and look up compound interest. Put a pencil to a paper and see how that money grow. Just see how that money grow. Okay? Now that's just a little tip for you guys. We got to do better, and we got to do something different to do better. And we can't just do the same thing and look for something different. Okay? So just try it. That's all I say. Just try it. You ain't got to do what I say. You ain't got to listen to me. I just say try it. Okay. Okay. Well, that is it for Miss Jackson for today. Okay. Okay, guys. Nobody have any other questions? All right. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This is Miss Jackson. I'm on two tax locations here in the Dallas area. Tax offices. Been blessed to have taxes. Been doing taxes for over 20 plus years, but been blessed to have a tax office in business since 2009. I do church compliance. I help churches with their accounting and back end. They have issues with that. I help them with that. And then I do business consulting. If you have a business, you need some kind of directions on starting a business or business formation or any ideas on how to start a business, I'm able to help you with that. Also, credit restoration. If you need some information about restoring your credit or whatever, call me, inbox me. As I mentioned on yesterday, identity theft is very prevalent right now. If you need some coverage for that, I can help you with that. So I am just a multitude of information, a wealth of information, guys. So, and I'm willing to share. As you see, I am willing to share. So if you need my assistance, just inbox me. I have a few people that does inbox me. I'll help them out and give them the information they need and let them go about their business. So anyway, may God bless you. And you pray for me and I'll pray for you. Get out, get you some sunlight. Be careful and be safe. And today is Thursday, guys. So I will see you on Monday. Okay. You all have a blessed weekend. Okay. Bye bye.